Hey guys, welcome to Crow Dislike. These are basically videos of things I dislike, so you might agree with them, might not. With that being said, today's topic is one we actually have all pretty much dealt with, and that's acne. Or whiteheads, or blackheads, or pimples, or cysts, whatever the hell the name is, because wow, it has a lot of names. And I'm gonna just say this off, we were all teenagers at one time, or we are still, who knows what type of viewer I have, and we all have dealt with pimples basically in our faces, and we always got disturbed by it. Well, a lot of us, and it was just like we had this nice big little red bump with a sticking out, and there was like white in the middle, and then you popped it off, and then the pus came out. Or sometimes you, if there was a blackhead, you will see this black piece of hard pus come out, and it was just. It's pretty much nasty. Now, acne pretty much is interesting because the way it forms, it's basically because of dead skin cells and because of the hormones. So, because our hormones are evolving when we're teenagers, and it also has to do with something with our hair, sebum, I think it was called, and that kind of. Because of the hormones and they're activating it, and the serum just trying to give us like a natural lubricant to our hair. It just kind of matches and it speeds up the process, and then that oil goes to our head, and I mean our face, not our head, because this is on top of our head. It goes into our face, and that can cause some pimples to open. So normally it's because of dead skin, and then it forms within our skin, and then it just turns into the redness starts appearing, and then the pimple appears. I know it also has to do with bacteria entering the pores of our skin as well because of the dead skins. So the bacteria in the dead skins and the lubrication and all, it just starts forming that redness, and then it becomes a basically acne. Depending on where it is in our face and how it is, because cysts normally go around our lips. So I like, if you were asking me what's the difference between a cyst and a pimple, I would say they're the same thing. I think cysts are just more that it has to do with herpes and stuff like that, but it's I mean, there's so much to it that it's like, yeah, I stopped researching it. All I'm just going to say is, I really did dislike it because, let's just say you were going to go on with your date, and you were excited, and then you have all these zits in your face. Yeah, that's not fun. And then you're like, pop, 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 and then you're like, yeah, I hope it gets out. Because, you know, if you guys know about pus is bad. No matter where you get it in your body, that's just a bad sign, because when you pop those, and then you see all that white, creamy gooey stuff coming out of you, that's part of an infection, so we know that. But the thing is, it's I don't think zits are harmful. I know pus is a bad sign. I remember I had a huge little marking right here in my arm, or was it this arm? Now I can't remember, but I remember there was a marking on my arm. I think it was this one. It was in one of these, and it turned really weird, and my skin was looking very differently, and all of a sudden pus came out of it one day. It just popped and pus came out of it. I was like, what the heck? So I went to the doctor, and they were like, we can't tell you what it was, but from the looks of it, it looks like whatever was there destroyed itself, and now your body's just healing from it. So I never knew what exactly it was, but I just remember the skin looked different. I thought it was just like basically like a cut I got, or like I got bitten by a bed bug or a mosquito or something, and then that's what it looked like. And then eventually, I didn't get to see any pus, and then one day it just popped, and I saw all that pus coming out. I'm like, hey, what is this? So it happens, and like I said, pus equals bad. It's just an infection, and that's your body kind of like holding it in one spot, and then when it pops, it just tries to release it out of your body, which is a good sign. But if you build pus inside your system, like in your mouth, especially with your teeth, let's just say the infection goes into your inside your tooth, and then the pus starts building up, you can lose a lot of your teeth. So it is a bad sign. But I think on the outside, it doesn't really hurt you. Yes, it can hurt you because it can probably leave scar tissue and stuff like that, and you don't want that in your face. And popping pimples are really bad. Now I know. Blackheads don't really leave, because that's it's dried up skin, pus, with skin and bacteria. And when you pop it, it is really hard. And I think those are the ones you have to pop, because seriously, those stay with you, and they can stay with you forever. So it's from what I know, people. I had an ex-girlfriend of mine who was like, "You got blackheads, pop, pop, pop," and she would always pop them, and I never knew about them. About blackheads being that kind of like, it just keeps the pus inside, and then all of a sudden this blackness is right there, and then you really don't tell until you feel that when you pop it, you feel the piece that comes up first, and it's really, really hard, and then pretty much the inside is just hard too. So it's not like regular where you just pop it, it feels like liquid, and then you start bleeding. So once you start bleeding, you kind of took out all that pus, but sometimes a little bit stays behind, and then it continues to form. So it really is like one of those obnoxious things, because like I was saying, you're going out on a date and you have all these zits in your face, and it's like you kiss the person or anything, and it's like, "Oh, don't touch me," and it's like, oh man, it's because they don't want to get one of those pus to pop on them, because then if it pops on them, it just basically like spreads the disease. So that's basically how zits work. It's like when you pop one, you have to make sure you clean that area right off the bat and wash your hands before you even touch your face again, because if you touch your face and then you let it go somewhere else, you're just basically spreading it. That's why when they tell you when you pop the zits, don't rub your face hard if you have zits all over, don't rub your face really hard when you're washing it with a cloth and you're just like scraping it hard, because then if they pop, you're just basically spreading it, especially with the towel, you're just spreading it even more. So that's why you should do it gently, nicely, and make sure you clean that area as thorough as possible, because if not, they do spread. And that's one thing that sucks about zits, like you trying to get rid of them, and it's like they just keep coming back, and it's like that's why another point I always told people when they got zits in their face, and I found out because of the lubrication and the oils from your hair. Always wash your hair. If you're getting zits, always wash your hair. The shower's hitting you this way, wash your hair going this way. That way the water goes back there, and any oily or anything that's on top of your hair is just falls to the back. So if you get like pimples in your back or your shoulders, it's not going to affect you as much as it is going to be in your face. So that's one way to prevent it. So if you do it like this, you're just basically letting the oils go to your face, and then all of a sudden, as the water's going down, you're basically spreading it. So that's one of my pointers I always tell people, because of the oils of your hair and that lubrication that I was talking about earlier. That's basically one way to get a lot of pimples in your face. So to avoid that, you just do what I just told you. Just always wash it towards the back, aiming for the back, and then you guys should be fine. But yeah, let me know in the comments below of some of your bad experience with pimples. I mean, I had them a lot of times as a teenager. I really did dislike them, and the majority of the time I normally never popped them. The only time I popped them was when they really annoyed me, especially when you got pimples in your butt. Oh my goodness, those are the worst. I don't know if some of you guys got them. I know there were some people, it happens to me too sometimes, where you get pimples like right here towards your leg, and as you walk, seeing how you walk like this and your feet are closed, that hurts. It really, really hurts that part of your leg. So you don't want to walk. You kind of want to just walk like this, like you have a big package down there, and it's really, really obnoxious. Now, for the ones in the butt, I'm gonna say that those were annoying too, because when you sit, you feel like something is stabbing you, and then you seeing how you have a pimple and like the surface of the chair in your butt, it's like it's kind of squishing it, so you feel very uncomfortable when it hurts. So I got those as a kid, well, more teenager kid time, so those were annoying too. So let me know in the comments below what type of experiences you guys had with the acne, I'm gonna say. But yeah, I really do dislike it, and I got a special thanks for you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.